Hey Willen, how about you do extra hours today?
Well, sorry, boss.
Hey Willen, you're gonna work this weekend.
Sorry, boss. I can't.
Hey Willen, go get me some food.
Sorry to disappoint you, boss. I can't.
Well, this could be you. This could be your friend. This could be your partner. This could be any one of your colleagues. This is so many people in the 9 to 5 jobs. So many people do not love the job. So many people just keep on pushing on, hanging on. And due to the difficulty in getting money these days, so many people go through a lot in the job. And the bosses take advantage of employees. Bosses make employees to do a lot. Bosses make employees to work overtime for little or no pay. Bosses feel so superior. Bosses feel like they are in charge. Like, hey, you gotta go do that. You gotta go do that. You gotta work overtime. Well, the new trend has been going on now for quite a while. It started in China just after COVID, where people were meant to work over and over. But then they decided, no, I can't keep on doing this. I can't keep on doing more than my normal job, which I'm supposed to do for little or no pay. And now this trend is moving over to the West. So many people are beginning to love this trend and they are putting it into practice. If up until now you still have no idea what quiet quitting is, yeah, I know, of course, when you hear quiet quitting, you might think that it's like quitting your job completely and not going to work anymore, but that's not the case. This is actually doing the bare minimum at your workplace, making sure that you do not go above and beyond and do extra work for little or no pay. And so many people have been catching on to this. It is simply working within your work schedule. It's simply not going beyond what you gotta do. It is doing what you are being paid for. And again, it is engaging in work-related activities within the work time frame. Meaning if your job starts at 9 a.m., you are at your workplace at 9 a.m. If your job ends at 5 p.m., you are leaving your workplace at 5 p.m. No extra second. Yeah, no extra second. You know, most of the time, so many people, when they're about to go home, the bosses are gonna come like, hey, what are you doing? Come over, I got something for you to do. Well, this trend makes it possible to say, no, boss, I got something to do at home, so I can't do that. Bye. Yeah, so that's a new trend, guys. So many people are catching up to this. But then, here's the question. What's the good and the bad side of quiet quitting? Is it advantageous to the employee? Is it advantageous to the employer? Is it disadvantageous to the employee, or is it disadvantageous to the employer? And what if you try to quiet quit and you lose your job? You know, right now there's a huge competition in the job market. So many people looking for jobs, especially if you have an amazing job. Your boss might find ways to maneuver and switch your job to another person, and you might be left jobless just because you were trying to quiet quit. So in this case, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, in this video, I'm gonna help you understand how good it is and how bad it is, and how you can have no regrets if you actually lose your job because you were trying to quiet quit. If you're currently observing the quiet quitting strategy at your workplace, remember to like and subscribe. Even if you're not quiet quitting yet, remember to like and subscribe to this channel because there's so much more to come. And in case your quiet quitting strategy leads to you losing your job, this channel is gonna help you stay on your feet and stay afloat. So don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll always be here for you and you won't feel regret. Yeah, of course, quiet quitting is good because it reduces your work burnout, it reduces the stress of work, it makes you feel relaxed, and well, you can feel comfortable at your work again. That's because so many people used to feel depressed at work because their bosses give them a lot of work and they feel like, well, they are doing a lot for less. The art of quiet quitting is really good, but then doing it over and over at your workplace, it can definitely cause your bosses or the shareholders to get angry, which can in turn lead you to losing your job. Now, here's what you can do. My advice to you is that before you start observing the art of quiet quitting at your workplace, you should have a backup plan. Always have a backup plan. In some of my previous videos here on this channel, I actually explained so many strategies on how you can have backup plans when you are doing a 9 to 5 job and how to escape that 9 to 5 job. Of course, quiet quitting isn't actually quitting your job completely, but then that can be a little step towards quitting your job because you never know. It might not be in your power. Of course, doing the bare minimum, so many bosses, so many employers wouldn't be happy with that. That's why in this case, before you engage into quiet quitting, you should make sure that you have a backup plan. And one of the very first backup plans you should have a business of yours. Of course, online, there's so many ways to start businesses. There's so many ways that you can do businesses today online and even offline. You can start a business of your own, or you can start a side hustle of your own. And you should be sure that this business or side hustle can actually sustain you for a long time without any stress, can actually pay your bills, can take care of your day-to-day activities, can handle all the finances that you need before you start the art of quiet quitting. Because of course it's a good thing for you to quiet quit, but then remember, you have a family to feed, you have yourself to feed, you have bills to pay, you have so many things to do. So if you want to do this with a peace of mind, if you want to do this with a calm mind, make sure that you have a backup plan. The backup plan can be another job. Maybe you found a better paying job, maybe you found something better to do, maybe you started your own business. So many people are making 5 or 6 figures lately just by doing their own business. So it wouldn't be impossible for you to get into a business and also start making such amounts of money. Of course, it needs work, it needs determination, it needs patience and consistency, but then it will be worth it. So if you're about to launch your strategy of quiet quitting at your job, make sure that you have a plan, you have a backup plan in case everything goes sideways. And of course, one of the advantages of quiet quitting is that it helps employees to feel less stressed, it helps employees to feel more relaxed at the workplace. It's actually advantageous to the employer and to the employee. Of course, sometimes the employer might feel like the workers are being rebellious against them, or they don't want to do what they are required to do. But then there are studies which show that well-rested employees can actually improve productivity. When your employees rest better, they can do more, which can in turn lead to an increase in the output of your company, of your organization, of your business. And you as an employee using the strategy of quiet quitting, you realize that you can get more rest, you can focus more on other aspects, and again putting your best into your job within the required time. That is definitely going to lead to you producing more and doing better at your workplace, and you'll be able to have more time not just for yourself but for your family, for your side hustle, for your other businesses. And when you grow personally, your business is also going to grow, your relationship with your family is going to grow, and your work at your workplace is going to improve. So these are some facts which experts say that it's actually a good trend which can help people and help the company in return. Again, you should understand something. Of course, quiet quitting is advantageous, but then if you are an employee trying to observe the art of quiet quitting, you should make sure you have enough budget saved up. Sometimes an employer might not tell you that they are actually firing you or they are letting you go because you were quiet quitting. No, they won't tell you that because it might be against the law, it might be against the labor code. So what you need to do is make sure that you have enough saved up in your emergency fund for about 3 to 6 months in case you lose that job. And during this time, if you lose your main job, you'll be able to sustain yourself within the couple of months before you find another job. Of course, it's sad, but well, that's the way the world works. It doesn't seem easy for so many people, but employers have to make the money also. So when you begin to put in the bare minimum at your job, or you tend to not work extra hours at your workplace, some of the employers might actually feel bad, they might not feel happy, and it might happen, they might actually let you go. So if you have an emergency fund saved up, well, you have less stress, less trouble, and you'll be able to get back on your feet faster. So that's why I'm making this video, just to prepare your mindset to know that this can happen actually. Of course, it's good. It can actually change things at your workplace. It can make your employer to be aware of employee burnout. But then not all employers are good. Not all employers are understanding. Not all employers want to understand what's happening with the employee. So you should be ready for whatever has to come. In case you lose your job and you have your emergency funds, you will not have lots of regret. You'll be able to be stable within a couple of months of your emergency fund and then get a new job and get it going again. Now, one of the benefits of the quiet quitting trend is that you can actually have an upper hand in negotiating with your boss. Well, when your boss begins to realize that you are doing the bare minimum and you are not going above and beyond just to satisfy them out of working hours, and you are doing what is required within the working hours, they might feel like, oh, maybe something is wrong. So they might come to you and maybe try to negotiate. This can actually be good for you as the employee and give you the upper hand on the negotiation table. Well guys, not to take so much more of your time, talking about quiet quitting, of course, it's an amazing trend. If you are an employee, this is a time for you to observe this trend. Sorry to the employers who might feel bad that I'm encouraging the quiet quitting trend. But then there's so many employees who go through thick and thin, who go above and beyond just to satisfy the bosses at the job, just to make sure that they can keep the jobs. But then this is 2022, things need to change. Everyone needs to understand and respect the boundaries. The employer needs to respect the employee, and in turn, the employee needs to respect the employer. That's where the line should meet, because at the end of the day, they both need each other. The employer needs the employee as well as the employee needs the employer to survive, to keep the business going, to keep the company going. And again, while trying to quiet quit, you should make sure that you have the good backup plan, like I've said already. And if you want to have an idea of businesses and how to start, or side hustles and how to start, you can watch this video right here. I'm sure the video is going to help you to be able to understand more how to get into the hustle market and how to make more even if you lose your job while trying to quiet quit. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Again, this is Willen. See you next time.